What is up, guys? I'm a dating coach here in Chicago. I used to work for one of the world's biggest dating companies back in 2008, known as RSD. I'm also one of the top performers in Coach Kyle's group in confidence and self mastery. So, without further ado, at the end of this video, you will know how to have a proven method on how to get laid every time that you go out, along with learning how to enjoy it. I remember back in my early stages of learning this thing, I would just go to the bar. I wouldn't have any internal motivation. I would just grab a drink, look at the TV, talk to the guy next to me, and I hated it. I would go home and I would feel so bad because I didn't get results. I would be frustrated and I would even hate going out. So I hated night game and things like that. So the thing I found out to work back to back, is the amount of effort and work it takes. And also learning how to enjoy it. We'll get that at the second part of the video. So for the first part, please bear with me. So the this is what worked out for me. I don't know what other coaches teach, but this is what has worked out for me the most. So for example, when I go out to a venue, I go out with the intention of meeting every single person in that bar. And as long as I'm flirting, as long as I'm teasing, and I'm asking questions like, what are they from around here? Like, what's the reason they came out tonight? And typically I get a context of what their situation is like to even see if it makes sense for a one night stand or getting laid that night to be able to happen, and the types of women they are. So you want a context, and if it doesn't fit in that category uh, of woman that wants that type of experience, you need to move on quick to the next person. On, I want to meet more people, and go out with that frame of mind. And if they are attractive, and let's say they're here with their cousin that just came out from town, and they're getting together and they're, you know, experiencing life together for that night, like it doesn't make sense for one of them to go home with you. It's not very likely, is what I'm saying. So, in the same breath of that happening, you move on quick to your screening. You want to see people if that's your intention, right? So, if on the journey where I am now, I can make that happen on the first venue, especially if there's like ton of people coming in and also leaving. You have a lot of room to work with. Um, Back when I wasn't living in the city, I used to live in suburban areas. So when I would use up all the, you know, um, interactions at that place, I would just go to the next venue. And if I was committed and dedicated that day to make that desire happen, I would go as far as to go through 7 venues and talking to every single person and being social, flirting, initiating, escalating, asking questions, and things like that. And you find a variety of different, you know, women that just got out of a relationship with their boyfriend, or or they've been in a relationship for a really long time and they want to cheat on their guy in order to force the guy to make a decision to leave her. Or she's just like single and she is super aroused, or there's different contexts, or maybe she wants to experiment, or maybe there's just a variety of different things, or maybe women go out and want to connect with a guy like you, depend on with your own personal values and your own long-term goals and things like that, so you can have that experience happen then and there. So that's the amount of effort that it takes in order to make it happen, so that way you don't go out and you're like, oh, I got lucky, or your friends or whatever, they're like, oh, um, how come you always get lucky? It's like you didn't get lucky, you're putting in the effort, you're playing the game longer. um, so that's the awareness that I want to bring in order to make that consistent for you, if that's something that you actually want to do. Now, as far as like taking the actions, that needs internal work and an actual structure, which I talk about in my Instagram page. If you guys want to check it out, along with seeing real life footage of me actually doing this, I have it in my Instagram in the description. The second part of this video is how to enjoy the venue, because I would go out and I would be frustrated, and I hated like going out to pool tables, or like checking out pool places with like pool, or the music was off, or it was like a country bar. Like imagine, and it would be hard for me to like vibe and be in a good mood and even like stretch myself out longer in these dynamics, and also connect with people because my feeling was just off. So what I learned was picking a venue that particularly helps you out in terms of your own vibe and your own feeling. For example, how does the venue look like? Do you like how it looks like? Is it a tropical environment? Is it house music? For example, if you're a fan of Red Hot Chili Peppers or System of a Down or like Linkin Park and things like that, and you go to a venue, you're going to be more upbeat and you're going to be more enthusiastic to be there, and you're going to have a better time. Not only that, but you're also going to be connecting with the women that are there. You already have something to connect with. So opening and starting conversations is much easier. And one thing that I'm doing nowadays is I go to salsa class because I enjoy learning salsa, and also it's less awkward. It's more awkward to not approach women and just stand there than it is to actually approach women. So it's a really good environment that I've learned that I personally have enjoyed. And I personally don't drink, so for me it's a good place to just enjoy the music. I have a Latin background, so being able to dance and increase my knowledge in dancing while I'm also getting to know the person is a win-win-win for me, and I enjoy it. Now I enjoy night game, and that way I don't get frustrated or things like that. So I would invite you to start asking yourself, what types of venues do you want to enjoy? Like what type of music, karaoke, like there's so many different aspects. Like, there's like just different types, man. Like you as a consumer, you'll have your own individual likes, and business owners out there that you, bring these venues and events together are looking for your type of character for that specific venue. So you're already getting targeted and marketed for the specific venue that you like. I'm not a big fan of hip hop, but there's a lot of you that are. And going into those venues is going to serve you better and better. Anyway, guys, something to consider. Hopefully this helps you out on your journey. And again, if you want to see live interactions, check out the description. And if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Just leave a comment, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.